Exactly. So, don't question yourself, just have fun with it. So you should be able to see me in there, right? Red, orange, and yellow guy. My beard should be blue or black, right? Most people, they've been laughing because the beard is somewhat new for me, like it's only about 6 months old. So if I go down like this, I look like nearly headless Nick, and it's a joke because my name is actually Nick. We got it. So with that, the red and the orange, I point that out because we are going to be looking for cold spots, and they will not be red or orange. You're looking for blue or black. So we want the blue or black to either move or to take shape on their own. So when I say take shape, I want a head, shoulders, moving arms and legs. Obviously, a blue person, if you're getting the gist of that. That's what we've caught with this guy in the past. Hopefully, I'll capture it again one day. Now, I also like to give you guys stats about the gear you're about to use. I get about 4 or 5 pieces a year that I will put my stamp of approval on. Per year, not per episode. Put that in the back of your brains, okay? Because you're not on TV. And I will be the first person to debunk whatever you guys are seeing or hearing, because that's just the way this should go. So with this one, Justin, right?
Yep.
I got 2 people. I shouldn't screw that up. So you can call me Sarah. Buy about 6 cars. Cool. So if anybody's walking through, you just lower your camera. Welcome to a parking lot. Congratulations, you made it. Sweet. I told you, I take you to weird spots. But also remember that most of the time when I'm out here, I have 10 to 12 people that I need to spread out. I don't want the other spirit boxes to reflect on what you're hearing and so forth. By the way, this is where I start withholding information on purpose.
Okay.
So I will not give you questions here like what color was George Washington's white horse, like what we did over there with the big red barn.
Okay.
You'll get the answers from the communication devices.
Okay.
This used to be something relevant to the history of Charleston, which is exactly why we're here. This used to be the Charles and Eliza Pinckney mansion site. So their mansion sat in the front of the space where the cars are all parked. Facing East Bay Street, Eliza's garden was lined up with Five Church Restaurant and came all the way across. And then the servant and slave quarters were in the back of the space. So that's the layout of the land. Now, who the hell were these people? Charles and Eliza had a son named Charles. They had a nephew named Charles. That's 3 Chucks, in case you weren't paying attention. That's why we look for those secondary clues. I need to know which one's here. So that way we know how to address them. They are 3 different people. Now, the son and the nephew were signers of the Constitution for South Carolina. It's a big deal for us, but I hate politics more than both of you combined. If I don't give those gentlemen that recognition, they will do it where like that. It's fine. Don't worry about the timer.
Okay, so it is recording or no?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, the timer, because you probably moved it down for a second where it flipped or something, and then the timer gets wonky. You don't have to worry about it.
All right, that's
it's still going. Yep.
All right, cool.
Sorry. Get to know this equipment after years and years and years of using it. But back to the son and the nephew, again, I just make sure they get their recognition because they'll do it for me on your spirit box, like with their own voice and a nasty tone. Yeah, so I just give it to them and we move on. We're going to talk about Eliza instead. Eliza marries Charles at a young age according to today's standards. I say it slowly because if you're going to ask her how old she was when she got married, do not expect numbers from the colonial days that she came from when young ladies got married at 12 and 14. Think of today's standards because the husband was over double her age when they married. It was creepy then, it's creepy now. I'm just going to put that in the back of your brain. Now, she married him because her father was over in England, and the father thinks he's dying, trying to bring all his children home one last time. Eliza did not believe he was dying. Instead, she stayed put right here and got married. It's 1744. Do not get married in that year to get a green card. We're not a country yet. So she did marry him out of love. This is a true love story. There's nothing horrific about this haunting at all. So this is a place of respect, if nothing else. But anyway, she was correct. Dad did not die right away. Instead, he starts sending her gifts from England to where you're standing. One of those gifts happens to be the plant seeds of indigo. That's a plant that makes blue dye, that makes your blue jeans blue. That's what we use it for now. But when she got the seeds, she didn't know what to do with them. She had to learn from her servants how to keep it going. It's obviously not warm here all the time. Then she learned how to make the dye right here, moved it to a cash crop, got a hold of Dad and said, rice plantation prices are going downhill, we're going to make a killing with the indigo. And now we have an international businesswoman during colonial times. Something absolutely unheard of. I told you, place of respect, right? Now that's the boring business stuff of Eliza. Let's get into the weird shit, because that's why you guys are here. So you're going to stay focused on, you can say these things out loud, or you can even just focus on them. There's no right or wrong way to do it.
Okay.
But you're going to be focused on her death. So the 4 major questions that we get answers to from her, and she already knows what we're going to ask because I'm here every night. How old she was when she died, what she died from, where she's buried, and which president was a pallbearer at her funeral. So those are, again, the 4 majors. If you forget them, obviously I'll remind you. But my word list, I'll be glancing at it from time to time with a focus of the mansion. The mansion's not here, so I usually focus on what happened to it. If we get the what, we will normally get the when. 2 or 3 numbers from the exact date of that occurrence. It's a tragedy. So keep in mind, the reason why I use 2 communications, so again, even smaller groups, there's always 2. because you might ask a question, the answer might come here, vice versa. So again, and when I have a full team of 10 to 12 people, there's at least 7 communication devices among those people. So again, that's a lot of communication. Not to mention, she could use her own voice on the camera, which is also recording audio. Not to mention my voice recording. So again, there's lots of ways that she can talk to us, and she knows. So we're going to just take a few laps around here and just kind of see what's going on. I haven't checked on the word list in a minute. Let's see what we got. A whole lot of nothing. Nothing I'm excited about yet. We got the word hunt. Which but EMF at this location can be definitely higher than most of the other places on a regular basis. So I'm going to focus on this guy more so and kind of see what we got going on. So again, if you want to say things out loud, or if you feel weird about talking to somebody that's not there, that you can't see, by all means, just focus and tell us what you're hearing.
Okay.
And you said the other one's not coming out? That's the phrase you heard?
Yeah.
Okay, let me write that down. Try to 5.2. Okay. Alright, let's take a quick lap. Keep an eye on the cam. Just let me know if you see anything odd. And she's just going to have Tourette syndrome as we kind of walk around a little bit.
Okay.
See what we got going on.
Can we run around together or just walk?
However, just be mindful this way.
Oh, so we do stick together or we don't stick together?
We're going to stick together.
Okay.
We're small. If there was a group of 10 to 12 of you, I spread you out, and then I just do round robins. Kind of see what's going on with every device. Behind this dumpster, just curious. I don't know if you could tell anything on that cam. No, just curious. Just wanted to know what the hell is that?
Book, maybe?
You see anything?
Yeah, you're talking about that, right? Love Bride Batches. Oh, it's a bag. Yeah, it's someone's backpack. That guy with their own flashlight? Yeah. Yeah. Why men love bitches.
Oh gosh.
That's a haunting right there. Man, you want to let the barn out?
Socks. Just to see if I can get some ratings. So feel free if you guys want to hang out here to see if she's got a good signal or whatever you want to do. So we'll be here for like 5 to 8 minutes or so just to kind of see what's going on.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do whatever's going on. Down to do
It's
whatever
hard for me to listen to this and hear anything else.
you want me to use it.
Just FYI.
Okay. So don't talk to you. Seen numbers this small at this location in months.
like I normally get like 18 to 22s in here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where are we at now?
It's been like less than 0 almost the entire time we've been here.
No.
I had a small 3.2 and then a 5.1 when we first kind of got moving away from the story.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to do one more lap just to kind of see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I haven't seen numbers this low, which is weird because you said the other one's not coming out tonight.
Yeah. The only thing I heard that I understood what they were saying was like DUI and don't believe me, just watch. That's nothing.
You don't know that.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm not telling you everything I know.
Yeah.
I'm still going to write it down.
Yeah. But, I mean, I heard
Put it in
those
the left
queers.
little Bruno, right?
Yeah.
Exactly where that came from.
Yeah.
But this is uncanny. Like for me to see readings this low. Like I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's weird.
Okay, so that's no activity?
Little to like nothing. Like
Uh-huh.
2 little blips. And I know like a 5.1 is usually pretty high for some other spaces that we may go to. But I expect 5 out of 7 nights a week for me to get at least an 18 to 22 out of this. And then the highest I've ever seen this device go has been here. Like it aired out. I've been ghost hunting for 14, 15 years.
Oh gosh.
Like it got so high, we left just because of my epilepsy. That's why I'm the one that carries this from the start, and then I kind of pass it off when we have a group this small.
Oh, if it gets really high, do you tend to have reactions or?
The headaches will start,
Okay.
and then it's a possible seizure if I'm in that area for a little too long. It's just too much electrical activity for a neurological disorder. So, and especially, I mean, I'm sure narcolepsy works the same way.
I mean, if I'm like at work in front of computers too long, I feel sick.
Yeah, and that's because that is giving off, it's 2.8. That's because your computer gives off a pretty good amount, and depending on how close your monitor and
Yeah, I have 3 monitors.
Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, and then late at night, I know sometimes you'll wear sunglasses while watching TV.
Yeah.
I can't be out in the sun. Like, I literally can't see anything. I have to wear, like, I have sunglasses that cover, like, my whole eye because I can't have any UV rays. Because it was, like, from all the seizures, I have, like, the lower, they call it the basement membrane of your eye. There's too many cracks in it. It lets the UV in, and all I see is white. So I have been wearing sunglasses. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, the minute the sun goes down is the only time I can take them off. So if there's UV light out, I gotta have them on.
Yeah. I mostly just get headaches. And then also sometimes too much sun actually makes me want to sleep.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What else have you heard? Let's give you another minute or two,
Okay.
and I'll make one more lap while you listen in, and let's just make sure we don't have anything. This is odd. I'm just gonna put that out there. This is
Yeah.
odd. I just heard a sound. That's why I was like twisting like that. And I know it sounds weird, but I don't normally put in like, oh, I heard something or I felt something. But this was weird, and I had an 8 that went up.
Did you have anything happen?
It went up to an 8.
I heard energy beer, I will stay.
I'm gonna write that one down for sure. But what I think I heard was my little satchel, like down here, filled with crystals, like hitting like the bottom. But I didn't hear the stone. I just heard the thud of the bag. So that's what it felt like. And I know it hangs pretty low, but I don't hear, like, I'm out here every night. It doesn't happen.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be listening. I'm actually gonna test like where that came from the regular voice recording. I don't normally do that, but I'm going to just because. Down the mountain. So in the event the person walks towards us, it'll be very, very obvious. That's the whole point of why we come down here. But every ghost story tells this story, and it's a giant cliche. But unfortunately, this guy follows me around town. This is who I think may have warned us about Eliza coming out to play tonight. So here's how the story goes. I'll race through it because, again, we're going to stir shade up by talking about him, and we're going to leave. Also, remember that this guy's story has been told for the past 40 to 50 years through ghost tours. Every ghost tour comes here. I'm the only one that can communicate with him instead of just him hearing his own story. But here's how it goes. The doctor moves down here from Rhode Island. His name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. In the event that the song Brown Eyed Girl comes on for you, not coincidence, part of his name. We get it all the time. But anyway, he moves down here because he is supposed to get married to his fiancée, Amanda. Amanda just inherited all this money from her deceased parents, and she has an attorney helping her out with all the cash. The attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is after Amanda's money, so he tells Amanda to get rid of the doctor. He comes down here to Charleston to prove that he's not after her money. He's going to start his medical practice here and make his own. On his way into town, he had a coachman that set him up to be robbed and killed. So it wasn't a very good start. It's like having a really bad Uber driver, right? So somebody was walking by and seeing exactly what was about to happen because he knew the coachman, and his name was Ralph Isaacs. Stop on him because he has the same initials as where the doctor came from. Rhode Island, Ralph Isaacs. The little Ouija board device that I have gives us just letters. So that's the reason why I bought it. We're not using it tonight. It's not always productive. I only use it for my larger groups. But anyway, so Ralph tells the doc, hey dude, I know this guy. He's going to try to kill you. Why don't you come with me? I got friends at 59 Church Street. You can rent a room from them and you'll be safe. The doc took him up on the offer. The two gentlemen became friends. The longer the doctor stays here in Charleston, the more money he's making. He's proving his point. He's not after Amanda's money. He's making his own. So she gets wind of this. She's moving down so they can be married. And Dr. Ladd then became known as the Whistling Doctor. Here's the giant cliche. Every haunted city you're ever going to visit has a cliched whistling ghost. Ours just happens to be a doctor. But this guy, there is some legitimacy to this guy, and he follows me around. So I'm here to validate him. That's part of the reason why he follows me around. Let's talk about the duel and why we're here. Now, this place used to be called Dueler's Alley. That's the big history of it. This is where some of the duels used to occur, and I say some because dueling was illegal. They had to find hiding spots. This just happened to be one of them. Dr. Ladd and Ralph go see plays together. They can't sit next to each other because the doctor makes more money. That's the hierarchy of Charleston. You got better seats. So they go see Richard III one night, and on the way home, they're discussing the new play and the actress that they just saw for the first time. Dr. Ladd thought she was great. Ralph didn't. They start arguing, and then Ralph is now insulting the doctor's fiancée, Amanda, back home in Rhode Island. It got really ugly, and they went their separate ways. Ralph has friends around town. He goes to his friends at the newspaper and places an ad in the paper telling the whole city of Charleston what he thinks of the doctor. You're a disgrace to society kind of bullshit. Doc saw the ad, but rebutted with, let's go to Dueler's Alley. Somebody's gonna die. Keep in mind, this argument started over an actress. Pretty dumb. So the two gentlemen came down here, back to back, took their 10 paces away from each other. They turned. Doc pointed his gun in the air and shot his one shot. He didn't want to kill his friend. Just needed the courage to show up. But Ralph has his one bullet, and he puts it in the kneecap on the doctor. Doc didn't die, but Ralph proved his point. He's pissed off, not willing to forgive. Doc's friends pick him up, took him home to 59 Church Street, where he died 10 days later after refusing medical treatment. November 2nd, 1786. I'm going to point that out. Two things. First off, it's 1786. Gunshot wounds back then, a lot different than what we know of them now, right? Secondly, he's a doctor. He probably just thought he had lead poisoning and tried to bleed it out himself, but obviously he failed. Now, every ghost story that comes down here tells their guests to listen for the whistles. We have a camera running, plus my voice recorder. We're going to capture a disembodied whistle. It's going to come up on one of those two devices. Secondly, on your device, I can't tell you how many times you've had the whistling part of the song show up, and then the word doctor from a commercial immediately after. Happens dozens upon dozens of times. I don't look for it. It just happens. I already told you what minutes I listen for on your spot checks. It just happens all the time. So if you're going to try this on your own, like you're going to walk through here again, listening for those whistles by using the voice recorders on your phone, just remember every local knows this story. Anybody walking up and down Cumberland Street or Queen Street, we all throw a whistle down this alley. It's just something we do here in Charleston. So I throw a whistle ever since I got thrown out of here. Let's talk about that, because that's why we're going to the next location. So this alley didn't always go all the way through the way we came in. There used to be a wall up there. The reason why is because this used to be called Cow Alley. This is where they kept all the livestock for the city of Charleston. Okay, so they have to kind of keep them all penned in, right? So let's fast forward to the duels. In the event that there was a loser to the duel, they would actually have to go all the way down the Queen Street and then double back to get to the cemetery on the other side. So they created this gate. So this is what I call the Death Gate. So that's not a whole lot of people know why that's actually there. But the whole Cow Alley and how I got booted out of here thing, the bricks down on the other side are older than the ones you're standing on. Those bricks are sun-dried bricks from slave children. I used to take my groups all the way down there for a history lesson because there's nothing paranormal about it. You already know how I feel about cemeteries. That kid who made the handprint in one of those bricks isn't there. He's not going to be haunting that brick. So November 26th of 2020, my entire group of 10 is huddled around that brick waiting for something to happen with all the gear I handed out. Nothing's going to happen, so I'm trying to shoo them along. Also because we're outside the dining room window of the beautiful mansion at the end of the alley. Now, the new owner of that mansion, he saw us and he came out screaming. My daughter thought it was hysterical because her father was getting yelled at. She was on the tour that night. She got to see everything, so we just moved on. The next day was Thanksgiving. I don't tour on Thanksgiving because I worked in upper management for Walmart for over 10 years. You guys fight over towels on Thanksgiving. I'm not working ever again on Thanksgiving. The next day was November 28th. I called my partner that brought me into tourism that I had in business at the time, and I told him what happened, and he kind of laughed at me too, the same way my daughter did. He said, dude, you're only allowed to go down halfway, basically where you guys saw the plaque down there. So that's the cutoff point for tours this time of night. I didn't know that. I was still new at this, and he already had the complaint from the city. So it's kind of like, all right. He's like, you got to reroute your group, dude. So that night, it's Black Friday. I'm sold out again. I told my team, we got to reroute, but I don't believe in the next story, only because I've never had anything happen over there with all of my gear, and I'm into vampires, not pirates. So you guys got to bear with me. Before we left, somebody with a spirit box heard the name Anne. I didn't tell them which pirate we were going to be investigating. The female pirate, Anne Bonny.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what we all said. So I took them around the corner, I told them the little bit I did know about pirates here in Charleston, and somebody else heard the number 300. I don't know what that means, I wrote it down. I do the research, we were there November 28th of 2020. Anne Bonny's trial for piracy, November 28th of 17.
Oh, wow.
The exact 300th anniversary of her pirate trial. And I normally get that reaction that you just had. I was actually pissed off. Let me explain. I have a master's degree in creative writing. When I'm researching anything, especially this, I need facts and data. The problem with pirate stories is that they come from pirate lore that was written 100 years after the golden age of piracy. So that's a problem for me. When you guys heard something over the past 4 years, I have to read a shit ton of books on pirates to validate or debunk what was actually going on. Luckily for you guys, at this point, I think I've read most books on pirates. I will be able to prove or debunk a lot of things that are happening in real time. And it is a 50-50 roll of the dice if she'll even be there. I'll explain that once we get there, but we do get the bleed over from Dr. Ladd. So he does follow us to the next location, and then again at our last stop. And only because his house of 59 Church Street is literally right around the corner from where we're going last. So again, raised emotion. That's what I look for. Have you heard anything coming out of that thing?
Not much. Yeah, no. Somebody just said language we can understand. That's the only thing I really understood. That occurred.
Okay. So continue listening. We're going to go up and around the corner.
Okay.
So Justin, I would say go ahead and stop your cam. I think we have a lot of footage to look at. Here's what we got going on. I don't get a whole lot of EMF here. Like normally it's flat zeros.
Okay.
So I'm going to be mainly focused on the word generator just to kind of see what we have. Wow, this is weird. 6-panel boil. That's to either one of you?
6-panel boil?
It's just a weird succession of terms. Like it was boil, 6, panel.
Boil, 6-panel. Does that mean anything to you?
It might.
Really?
Yeah, I just don't know the fair details. It'd be a question of Troy.
No.
Well, I guess
Were we related?
well, the
That'd
other
be
thing
weird.
is, like, if you guys brought a long lost relative with you, sometimes they love to just say the names of your family.
Panel 6 boil.
Or something relative. I don't know if that boil means something about his job. I don't know anything about brewing beer.
Yeah. There's boiling.
No. Yes and no.
Oh, there's not
Oh,
boiling.
no. Yes, there's a lot of boiler. I was making a joke because there are large boilers down.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I just booked
Yeah.
myself.
It's,
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
And I normally tell people, like, if you brought a bottle of rum and you smoke tobacco, have at it, because you'll probably attract a closer to you.
Mhm.
However, everybody jokes because nobody remembers the damn rum. So
Yeah.
why is all the rum gone?
Yeah.
That's my daughter's line whenever I say that.
Yeah.
Why is all the rum gone, everybody? So yeah, let's spread out. EMF. Oh, no, she's listening. Telling me to work.
Okay.
Wait, it said listening, you said?
It says listener,
Oh, listener.
and now it says lie.
Oh.
Could be an either way though, like lie down.
Oh. Yeah,
See? That's why you guys keep me around. I'm the wordsmith.
there you go.
Island. I like it. And are you here tonight? If so, you gotta give us something a little bit further than that. What kind of island? Where was the island? Jack.
West.
We just talked about Calico Jack.
No? Yeah.
I asked where the island was. She said Jack. Which island were you on with Jack? Where did he drop you? Can you give us the word Cuba? Should a breakup that says Cuba directly. I haven't had like much direct, correlation with her. I get a lot of clues. There's minimal conversation. And can you give us the word Cuba? Let us know that that's maybe where you had one of your children. And I say maybe because we're not really sure. You got to tell us. You can use that red box over there too, Ann. You know how that thing works. That's Sarah. She can hear whatever you want us to hear. Cuba.
I heard brown nose. That was funny.
Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd.
Hmm.
We're having a small conversation going on here too.
Oh, yeah.
Brown nose.
Judas.
As in like Judas Priest?
Hmm?
As in like Judas Priest?
Yeah, like
The
just
band?
Judas, though.
Anything else stand out?
Mm-mm.
Just shout them out when you get them.
Okay.
Dr. Ladd, if you're here too, you know your code word. Let us know. Back to Ann. I'm still waiting for you to tell me Cuba. So I know which island you're going to. Buddy. Or piano was before that. Piano buddy?
No, maybe.
I don't know. I do like when names show up. An island. I like specifics like that. I just want to know which island. Oh, that makes sense too.
County?
Yep. She didn't grow up in a city. She grew up in County Cork.
Oh.
We get that all the time, but it's normally over there on the red spirit box.
Hmm.
Like if people are asking her what city she grew up in, they'll hear the word county all the time.
Cool.
Like I'm excited that it's on a different
Format.
thing. Right.
Yeah.
County what, Ann? Is that the island? I don't know if County Cork was an island. Can you tell me if it was an island or not by giving me the word Cork? Come on, Ann. County Cork? I thought you were going to tell us about Cuba. Shit, I might actually have to come back here after I'm done uploading your guys' data. I'm usually done between like two.
need to fear me.
I don't fear you, Ann. But there are times like when I have to like get some footage for like a TikTok video I'm making or whatever. Like I'll just walk the city. Like there's nobody out.
Hmm.
Yeah, and during the week is the best time because there's nobody out.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Need to fear me. My wife laughs at me. why'd you get home late? She's like, did you have to film something? I'm like, yeah. She's like, where'd you go? And like, I can't believe you're walking through these cemeteries at night.
It seems like Charleston I mean, I don't know anything, but it seems like a safe place.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's bad parts of town, but normally if I'm doing footage, I'm retelling some of the stories that are going on here, like just in AI format, but I'll use real footage, put AI voiceovers, and I become like a small filmmaker by doing all of this shit because of TikTok really, because when I create a video for them, I post it everywhere, just for advertising and of course
all social media platforms, yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah, on a nice quiet night like this, like I'll grab my infrared cam and I'll just walk around the city and get some footage.
Oh yeah. It's like.
That's another reason I wanted that gimbal to use with that.
Oh, hell, you could probably just hook it up to your backpack somehow.
Well,
Rig it on there.
But even that, if I'm just like walking down the alley, like that would be some really good footage from the thermal, but I would like it to not look like footsteps. I would want it to be super smooth going down the alley, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But again, even if I can get it to work, I think that's going to be too heavy because I tinkered with it for a minute before I met with you guys, and it did all kinds of weird flippity doos, and I'm like, either I'm not operating it right or this thing's too heavy.
I knew a guy that had some kind of gyroscope with an iPhone. I knew nothing about it.
I
saw it and I was like, oh, that was cool. I didn't know they existed.
Well, TikTok actually gave me this crazy discount. I got it for like $20. It's like a $90 gimbal.
I was about to say, I remember him saying his thingy stick cost a couple $100.
Yeah, like they're not cheap.
I mean, I have an Android, so.
Yeah, so do I.
I don't have an iPhone.
Well,
oh yeah, it's Android.
I was looking out the window.
It's actually probably from that building over there.
The parking garage? No.
Yeah, the one across the street from the garage. Actually, there's supposed to be a story at that top window. I don't know what it is, but I hear a lot of like tours, like they'll flash a giant green flashlight up there and tell some story about the top, whatever. Probably take that tour and see what the whole story is.
Yeah.
Craziness. Record. We are recording. Record as well. And you got anything for us? Give us a little bit more detail. You're probably just missing things because I actually have quite a bit here.
Really?
Yeah.
I probably am. If I mentioned anything, it was extremely clear.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But you also don't know what you're looking for because I haven't told you everything yet.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it. So
Yeah.
the problem for me is when I get back to the office, like, oh, we have the name Jack. Write it down. You know what I mean? Just, I have the name Jack. I'm just letting you know.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Okay.
But I know what names I'm looking for. I know what numbers to look for.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you guys tell me numbers in real time, I'll go through the Rolodex of dates and all the shit of where we're at. I'm like, oh, it's not relevant here. It's just like I said, it's over by that building.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Mean. I am not being mean. Dan, you were pretty kick-ass. That's a compliment these days.
Tire Tracks. That's a song.
Tire Tracks?
Yeah, Tire Tracks. Well, it's from a song that we heard earlier today.
Okay. I'm not familiar. It must be country.
I don't even know what it is. It's that Stick Season song.
Oh.
Yeah.
Season of the Sticks
like
or something. Yeah, it's newish. I don't know the song either. We made a beer after it. But no one knows it. So that's our big freaking joke.
And we're going to wrap it up if you're not going to give us anything else. We started off strong. What the hell? And one more term and we'll wrap it up. You got anything, Sarah?
Hmm?
You got anything?
92.5.
ahead and clear your video, Justin.
Okay.